Congratulations on being accepted to your inter-exchange program. Now that you've been approved for J-1 visa sponsorship, it's time to apply for your visa. To do that, you'll need to complete the DS-160 non-immigrant visa application. Here are some tips to guide you through the process. Visit the Department of State's Consular Electronic Application Center at ceac.state.gov and then select the DS-160 link. Note the browser requirements before you get started. On the right, select the location where you will apply for your visa. Enter the CAPTCHA code underneath, then select Start an Application. Write down your application ID as found on the right side of the screen. Then select a security question at the bottom of the page and record your answer. If you save your application prior to submission and want to start where you left off, you'll need both your application ID and the answer to your security question exactly as you wrote it. Click Continue. On Personal Information page 1, enter your names as they appear on your passport. Complete the questions about sex, marital status, and date and place of birth. On Personal Information page 2, answer the questions about your nationality and permanent residency. For National Identification Number, enter this number if provided by the government of your home country. If you do not have one, check the box Does Not Apply underneath. For U.S. Social Security Number, if you've worked in the U.S. before and have been granted a Social Security number, enter that number here. If not, please check Does Not Apply. Similarly, for U.S. Taxpayer ID Number, if you've worked in the U.S. before and were granted a Taxpayer ID number, enter that number here. If not, please check Does Not Apply. The next page, named Travel Information, will ask about your reasons for traveling to the U.S. Under Purpose of Trip to the U.S., please select Exchange Visitor J. When asked to specify, please select Exchange Visitor J-1. Please note, if you are coming to the U.S. as a dependent of a J-1 visa holder, you will need to select Spouse or Child of a J-1, J-2. For your intended date of arrival, please list your program start date as listed on your DS-2019. Under the intended length of stay in the U.S., you should list the number of months of your program. If you have yet to find permanent housing, you may list the address of your host employer for the question, Address where you will stay in the U.S. Finally, select the appropriate answer for the question, Person, Entity paying for your trip, before continuing to the next page. If you are an intern or trainee and a spouse or child will be joining you in the U.S. as your J-2 dependent, please select Yes to the question, Are there other persons traveling with you? If not, please select No. Remember, if you're bringing dependents, they must also have a DS-2019 form issued by Inter-Exchange. If you did not apply for J-2 visa sponsorship for your dependents, please contact Inter-Exchange immediately. If you've traveled to the U.S. before, you'll need to submit details of your last 5 U.S. visits on the previous U.S. travel information page. On the address and phone information page, provide your current contact details. Further down the page, there's a question that asks about your social media accounts. Please list all of your social media handles here, including but not limited to Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. A response to this question is required. However, you are able to respond with none. You should answer this and all questions fully and honestly, as failure to provide accurate and truthful responses on a visa application or during a visa interview may result in a visa denial by a consular officer. On the Passport Information page, select Regular Passport. Make sure to double-check your answers as they must match your passport exactly. If you don't have a passport book number, check Does Not Apply. If you don't have family or friends in the U.S., you may list your employer's or supervisor's contact details for U.S. point of contact information. On the next page, complete the required details about your mother and father under Family Information. For present work, education, training information, please select your field of work if you are applying as an au pair, camp counselor, or trainee. If you are a current student, please select Student. On the next page, complete the required details for your previous work, education, training. The next few pages will ask you a series of security and background questions. Next, you'll need to list the contact information for 2 references in your home country who are not an immediate family member for the section Additional Point of Contact Information. The details required for the CVIS information page can be found on your DS 2019 form. This form is titled Certificate of Eligibility for Exchange Visitors J-1 Status. Your CVIS ID can be found in Box 1 and your program number in Box 2. For the question, do you intend to study in the U.S., please select No. On the next page, you'll be asked to upload a photo. Be sure to review the photo requirements as provided by the Department of State website. After your photo has been uploaded, you'll be taken to a review page. Please review your information carefully to ensure that it's accurate and make edits as necessary. Once you've determined that your information has been entered correctly, you'll be taken to the Sign and Submit page. When asked if anyone assisted you in filling out the application, select No. You'll then need to sign your application with an e-signature. To sign, enter your passport number and then the CAPTCHA code as listed. Click Sign and Submit Application. Remember, once you click on Sign and Submit Application, you cannot make any more changes to your DS-160. If you notice any errors, you'll have to complete a new application altogether. So make sure all your information is correct before clicking on Sign and Submit. After you click on Sign and Submit Application, you'll receive a message letting you know that your application has been successfully submitted. Be sure to click on the Next Confirmation button to view and print your DS-160 confirmation. You'll need to print a copy of this confirmation page to bring to your visa interview. Congratulations! You've completed the DS-160 visa application. But you're not done just quite yet. There's one more important step to the process: scheduling your visa interview. You'll need to visit the website of your local embassy or consulate to schedule your appointment. The appointment scheduling process varies by embassy, so be sure to read the requirements of your local embassy's website carefully. Before visiting the embassy or consulate, don't forget to speak with your local agency or contact InterExchange for tips on preparing for your visa interview. We wish you the best of luck and can't wait to welcome you to the USA.